Competition. There is one of the veterans up against Rosie Dillon. Hosking with the job on her former teammate Nat Exon. The Blues by 4 straight kicks. Final term, Saturday night football. And it's Loynes who takes the first little win in that mini battle. Inside 50, Harris breaks one tackle. Can't quite break the second. Edwards' handball misses Egan. She's under pressure from Vesely. Play on the call. Strong work from Nicola Stevens, holds it inside 50.
And that was good by Taylor Harris as well. She had 2 cracks at taking the footy, but recognised that she was hot. She had a St Kilda player hot on her tail, and she did it really well.
Free kick against Stevens for a dump tackle. So it's going to Brown. Alison Brown has it. She goes short. The Saints will hold it up through Priest at defensive 50. She chips down the line through the hands of Shearlaw, puts herself under a little bit of pressure. Handball back inside. Was an awkward one for Priest. Here comes Stevens to force a contest. Blues will be happy with that. Able to hold it up and set up within 70 metres of goal. Moody tries to track it at ground level. Patrikios got there first. Over the head of Edwards. Well played by Xenos. 19 today. Shearlaw to Drennan, taken down and gone.
They're defending incredibly well, aren't they, the Blues? They can recognise that, yes, they might be on their way to get another goal, but every little point of percentage helps.
Harrington towards half forward, through the hands of Watt. The dangerous Vesio at ground level, so creative to Edwards. Tries to fashion a handball, umpire said not good enough, it was a throw. And Patrikios scurries away from half-back. She'll look up. Greiser will be her target on the bounce against Lalawifi. Greiser gathers. Decides she'll just go herself from 48. Bends it across the body. Which way will it bounce? It's tracking back into the square. A chance for the Saints. Lalawifi did well. Saved the day. Blues get numbers back. Pound goes down. Lalawifi, what a pick-up. And she sweeps away from the last line of defence. Harrington goes inboard. Loynes versus Phillips, and Phillips takes the mark. Can the Saints strike first in this final term? Inside 50, chance here for Shannon, and Bella Shannon has it. Maybe just outside her range, so she'll pop it up to the lead. The lead comes from Shearlaw, and that's a good, strong contested mark. 30 metres out directly in front.
And that was a really methodical build-up for this St Kilda outfit. They worked the footy around until they could find that perfect passage to open up, and Kate Shearlaw takes a good contested grab.
The co-captain, chance to kick her first goal for St Kilda. And what an important one. 35 out directly in front, makes good contacts and gets one back for the Saints. Kate Shearlaw with her first goal for the season, her first goal in the red, white and black, and an important one for her team. They're back within 18 points. Early stages, final term at Icon Park.
There's certainly time, isn't there, Jace? 12 minutes remaining, an 8-point deficit. If they can keep opening passages to play like that towards goal, they're right in this contest.
The message from Peter Searle was for the Saints to kick the first goal of this quarter, and they did exactly that. She told them to take the game on. They need more pressure, and there was certainly a lot of energy in that huddle.
Thanks, Jack. And the Saints have only got one option. That is attack in this final term. And they've started well here. Patrikios smothered by Prespakis. Moody will put it on her boot and gain some territory. Towards 50 in a one-on-one contest. Harris did well, slapped it down from the back. Bends a kick back towards the goal square. Stevens tracking back, will it sit? She's got Brown for company. Tries to turn her onto the left foot. Handball back into a dangerous spot. G collects, snaps and goals! This time it's the Blues with the quick response, and the margin back out to 24 points. Georgia G with her fourth goal of the season. Another of these young Blues who've been in the system now for a little while and are really stepping up in season 2020.
Well, take a bow, Georgia G. Nicola Stevens did brilliant just to keep it in play. And she just has the capabilities of popping up at the perfect moment and doing uncanny things. So Georgia G kicks her fourth goal of the year.
She's kicked 4 straight. She's just so clean, isn't she, under pressure? We saw it there. Prasparkas to Loynes, who's tackled by Exon. So the Blues with a steadying response to push the margin back out to 4 goals. Kelly and Moody at it again. Patrikios wins the clearance. Harrington attacked the football. Here's Zenos at the back, fashions a kick off her left boot. Sliding in was Lalawifi. It's been a great battle with Greiser. Guttridge just gets her kick away. Pressure came from behind. It affected it. Out of bounds for a throw in.
Caitlin Greiser has been brilliant tonight. She covers the ground so well. She works super hard in defence up the ground, and then on the contrary, she really bursts forward and provides a solid option, and also has Dobbs from outside 50.
It's been a great one-on-one battle with Lalawifi. 2 players
Really
with very
has.
different skill sets. It's made for a great battle. Over the back of the ruck contest, McAvoy quick hands. Loynes' handball was partly smothered. Here is Greiser. Loynes tries to take her down, does so. Umpire said play on. Ball spills out. Johnson gets to her feet, has to release a quick handball. Prasparkas somehow found some space where there was none. Pound just kicks it wide for space. Drennan versus Sarah Hosking. Drennan takes it. Hosking takes her. Drennan manages to get it to boot to ball. Zenos. Free kick Blues for a throw. As Stevens gives it off to Prasparkas. Now Pound. Forced to retreat. Great pressure, Saints. Here's an opportunity for St Kilda. Sheila versus Harrington. They both got to the football and paused. Harrington's quick kick puts Dalton under pressure. And the Blues now got some numbers. Stevens to Prasparkas. Long towards the wing. Slick hands at the back from Lucas Rod. Fitzpatrick to Phillips. Tackled by McAvoy.
There's Daniel Harford coaching from the ground, the interchange bench, but really, really pleasing to see Gabby Pound back out there in this final term. It did look like a pretty bad ankle injury, so no doubt she'll be sore later tonight, but doesn't look to be too serious.
McAvoy starting to get involved up towards Harris. Hunts it at ground level, does well, and gets boot to ball to get some territory. Turns the defence around. Shannon versus Walker. Walker's got speed. Walker's still going against Lucas Rod. It's a 2-on-2. Great tackle from Tilly. Did really well. Got to Phillips. Saved the day for the Saints. It might be coming back. Hosking's involved. Sarah, tackled by Drennan. Releases to Harris. Fashions a kick off the left to a 2-on-1. Saints have numbers. Kelly couldn't take the mark. Dalton links up. G, tight angle. Goes with a banana. Bends it across the face. Throw in.
Nicola Stevens has been really important for Carlton in the opening 7 minutes of this 4th term. She's so creative in that forward line, but is also a steady head. She knows what she's doing at any given moment, and she's linking up really well with Georgia G down there.
Moody turns Kelly around and palms it down to Loynes, who tried to feed it to Prasparkas. Well done by Exon, who just attacked the contest. McAvoy takes her down.
And McAvoy defensively as well. She's been on song tonight. She might not,
tackles.
yeah, and she might not be getting the disposals that we're used to seeing from her, but she's turned that around and really focused on her defensive game, which has been impressive to see.
4 touches, 7 tackles for McAvoy. She's worked hard, as has Loynes, who lays another tackle on Mackie and then tries to smother it off the boot as well. Harrington in one direction, Wilson the other. Good effort from McDonald, kept her eyes on Harrington, ran her down, took her down. Umpire calls for it. Rosali checks out of the game. Be replaced by Edwards. There's the tackle from McDonald.
I think McDonald was a little bit unlucky there. She did have an arm free and was trying to get it out.
Loynes continues on in the contest. Exon in the other direction. Does well, Nat Exon. Wins the football, has a player forward of the ball at Shearlaw. She's already kicked one. This from a similar distance. Only a slight angle for Kate Shearlaw. She struck the last one beautifully. That was great play from Nat Exon.
Nat Exon, it was that 2nd and 3rd effort and then a beautiful kick inside 50 that managed to find Kate Shearlaw on the chest, maybe a little bit further out, but nonetheless directly in front.
Made the last kick easily. And again, makes good contact with this one. It's right to the line. Lalawifi does well.
Lalawifi, that last woman in defence, yet again. A brilliant job.
She's been a fantastic pickup.
She has.
Kick into the pocket. Wilson, now Plain. out of bounds. Lalawifi's provided important support for Harrington down back, and then you throw Wilson in, and now they've got a tall defensive structure to build around.
They really do. And as I said, it might be a little bit of a mismatch in size there, but Lalawifi plays well beyond her size, that's for sure. She's been so important for the Blues in the opening 5 rounds.
And it's allowed Downey to float up the ground and play more of a utility role. She goes in the ruck here. Mackie tries to get it out to Patrikios, who's bustled out of the way. It'll come her way now. Here's Patrikios. Goes on the right boot, bends it across the body. Courage from Pound. Ball spills to the front. In fact, it was Harrington, and she's going to get the free kick. She wastes no time. She's got a couple of options in the pocket. Pound's the first one, who rushed the kick. Was great pressure. Good effort from Guttridge, who didn't give up. Out of bounds on the full. St Kilda ball. Molly McDonald has it. Delivers inside 50. Mackie provides a contest in the air. Prasparkas has got some time to work with Plain. Mackie still down behind the play. Landed heavily in that big contest. Priest's little tap over the back was pretty clever. Fitzpatrick can't quite pick it up, so Priest will go in to help her. Fitzpatrick gets it now, but her handball floats wide. It was touched, so it'll be a throw in. There's Emma Mackie, who's been suffering concussion symptoms since round 1. And she just had Taylor Harris coming in the other direction. Heavy collision in the air.
She looks to be up and running. She does wear the helmet to protect that head, so we know she's had the concussion issues in the past, and hopefully that's nothing to worry about.
St Kilda free kick, holding in the ruck contest. It's going to Poppy Kelly, who's a really impressive youngster playing her second game this evening. Another for the Saints to build around in the future. Delivers it back inside 50. Waiting at the back was Shearlaw. Bounced off her chest. In fact, it was Guttridge. Greiser in over the top. And the Saints can set up 40 metres from goal. There's Elle Downey. She'll go against Greiser. Downey gets the second tap. Dillon hunts it at ground level. Lovely hands. Releases O'Neill on the run from 35. Tugs it to the pocket. And Blues have got numbers there. Once again, it's Charlotte Wilson in the right spot at the right time. 8th mark for Wilson, 12th touch. Dalton impacted the contest, but got nowhere near the football, gave away the free kick. She came thundering in. And there's Rosie Dillon, who wore the brunt of that contact. Here comes Dalton. Got the timing wrong. Didn't stick the landing. Dillon wore it. She's tough though, Rosie Dillon. Back to her feet. Little touch kick inside 50. Drop short for Shearlaw. Gives it off to Greiser, who runs into Egan. Strips her the football. Now Xenos completely surrounded. Again, good pressure from the Blues. Doing the little things well tonight, Carlton. Downey against Greiser. Here's Mackie at ground level. Can't quite control it. Tries to keep it alive. Does so. Egan and Dillon. Lalawifi pinches it at the back. Priest tries to step through some traffic. Here's Dalton, speaking of stepping through traffic. Off to Walker. It's going to need to bounce it. Just a step too far. Little rugby chip kick over the top, rugby 7 style.
But it's that Dalton to Walker link-up, isn't it, that we're all loving so much. These are 2 women that are still learning the game, but they are already dominating through the centre of the ground. So it's really exciting for Carlton fans to see just the run and carry ability of these girls.
Lalawifi's kick is dangerous. Ends in the arms of Shearlaw, who hits the post. Margin back to 22 points. Under 3 minutes remaining. Mua Lalawifi, born in Samoa, grew up in New Zealand, played rugby and basketball, and he took up footy in 2017. Here's Watt. Edwards at the back. She tries to paddle to the voice of Dalton. Always keen to get out of traffic and create something, Chloe Dalton. Watt unvesely. Here's Dalton again. Can she break free this time? Looks to paddle. Egan comes through. Tries the back heel scorpion style. Umpire let her get away with it. I'm not sure she made contact with the football.
We'll give her the benefit of the doubt on that one, Jace.
There's points for creativity, if nothing else. Downey, Dalton. Look at Exon just grit the teeth and say, I'm going to rip this out of your arms. Dalton's up for the challenge.
And Dalton and Walker, they just back themselves in, don't they, Jace? They get ball in hand and they take grass. They back themselves in. They're just so brilliant at carrying the ball forward for Carlton. It's good to see.
Well, players in any competition that can get from the inside to the outside quickly just create chaos for the opposition, and that's what they do when they can break a line and get out into space and run. Hosking taken down high. Sarah Hosking will get the free kick, her 11th touch coming up. When you've got Walker and Dalton and G, all with lightning speed. Egan's quick as well through that midfield. Kick from Downey. There's a grubber towards half forward. Harris tries to spin through a couple of tackles. Fitzpatrick feeds it back to Johnson. The debutant squares it up to the corridor. Mark dropped by Phillips. Breaks the Walker tackle. Loynes comes hard at Johnson. Punched away there by Pound. Read it well. Here's O'Neill the other way. Could open up for the Saints. Good pressure again on Shannon. Affected the kick inside 50. Here's Guttridge at the back from 40 metres out. Open goal, misses.
They've had a few opportunities in this final term to really hit that scoreboard. There's a minute remaining, 55 seconds. So, yes, they might be 21 points down, but they certainly have had the opportunities to really chip away at that deficit.
Well, I think 10 scoring shots to 9 is a more accurate reflection than the scoreboard, really. It's been a much closer game, you would think, than 21 points, but the Saints just haven't quite been as clean at finishing their chances as the Blues have been, as Fitzpatrick off to McDonald. That kick's going to drift wide and out. And it's just been that little bit of polish on the end of the work, which has been superior for the Blues tonight.
Absolutely. As you said, the scoring shots is quite even. So, you know, if they had have, I guess, really capitalised on some of those points and turned them into goals, it's a different ball game. So, once again, there's so much upside and positivity to take out of this St Kilda performance, because they really can match it with these top sides.
It's been really close all night in general play. It's just the Blues' ability to convert has been the difference. And they'll get a free kick here. It's going to Harris for being held in that contest. As we tick down to 25 seconds. You heard in the effects mic there, Egan just telling Taylor Harris to go down the line. Don't switch at this stage of the game. Take the territory, take the more conservative, safe kick, and she did to Al Downey. And Downey will chip over the top. And the next link in the chain is McAvoy. Professional performance from the Blues. Carlton win 3 on the trot. They shut down the Saints to go 4-1 and keep the heat on the Dockers in the race for Conference B.
We are the Navy Blues. We are the old dark Navy Blues. We're the team that never lets you down. We're the only team old Carlton knows. We're all the champions they like to send up. We'll keep our heads up and they